I'm recording. I am ready to snap. I'm ready to fucking lose it, dude.
Good. All right, bingo bango. Ready to roll? Oh, fuck. Hold on one sec. Giant mosquito. Holy shit, this thing's a monster. Fucking hey. Couldn't start with that thing buzzing around.
Sounds like you're getting attacked by a goddamn pterodactyl.
That's 4 snaps for you, baby.
Oh shit, it's Sunday again.
Oh, yeah.
It's Sunday. Bitch. Yeah.
Getting that cream.
I want the cream. Give daddy that cream.
Getting that cream. Getting that cream.
Brace yourself.
Hey, friends. Welcome to yet another fucking episode of CPS. My name is Josh, and with me, as always, my handy-dandy friend, my companion, my partner in crime, Ricky Ticky Tommy. How are you, buddy?
I'm so goddamn creamy. It's ridiculous. I feel like if I were to bend over, I would just shoot cream all over the wall. So I am bursting at the seams of cream, baby.
That is repulsive. Beautiful.
Yo, big deal. This is I don't know if you realize yet, but this is pod number 10. We made it.
Dude, we made it to the double digits, baby.
Double digi, baby.
That's right. I was gonna bring that up. I forgot. Man. 10 creams and 7 years ago. Hell yeah, baby. Let's keep
I think
it
we're starting
rolling.
to get pretty good at the whole like the schedule and then like how to promote it and shit. Cause like this week will be actually the first time we promote the no contact, so that'll get a little bit more traffic. But I think we've gone through a lot of growing pains. I'm sitting down here in black lights. This is my second attempt at a blacklight pod, so we'll see how nocturnal I'm feeling.
That's wild, man. Yeah, we're doing it at noon too. We're doing the early pod. But you're down in the basement with the black lights on and everything?
Yeah, I went around, I swapped out a bunch of black lights with like the actual fixtures on the wall and unscrewed lights. So yeah, I'm basically sitting down here in the dark. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Hell yeah, buddy. So
but I mean
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I woke up and I did a little half-hour shovel sesh. Went out and cleaned off probably 2 inches of snow, which is, it's okay. It's a decent amount. It's an amount that you want to shovel. You don't want that to freeze over, turn into ice, become a slip, trip, and fall hazard. You want to avoid those things.
That's right. Safety first, baby. Yeah, it snowed here last night too. No, I'm just fucking.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
no.
Damn.
No, not a goddamn chance, buddy. It's like 60 down here.
Does it ever snow?
No. I guess once in a while it'll snow, but it never sticks. It's never cold enough. So.
Well, even Matt was saying that Vegas got snow when he was down there, right?
Yeah, he was saying that. That's crazy.
That's bananas, dude.
Yeah, I can't imagine. They probably have to shut everything down. That's the desert for you, man. It's crazy. Like the temperature swings are nuts, especially at night.
Yeah.
Like it'll drop like by 40 degrees once the sun goes down,
Yeah.
It's weird. I feel like I'm getting a cold.
You remember how are you still trying to do that 1,000 miles, dude? Because I was looking at the numbers and basically like for a month, so basically for a whole month in the summer, I would have to walk at least 3 miles during lunch and then work out and then do another 3 miles just to catch up. And it's like I just fucking threw in the towel, dude. Like the numbers, it's just too difficult.
It's a bitch. I'm not giving up yet, man. I'm at like 130. And this is not even the end of February yet, so I think I can stay on track, but I will have to do a little bit of catch up. But yesterday I ran 10 just to make a bunch up.
Yeah.
And that was not fun. I just ran down the road and back 3 times, but holy hell. I'm sore as a motherfucker today. But yeah, I'm going to stick to it.
I've gotten I've had 2 tattoo sessions this year, which basically means I can't do any type of intense sweating from like Saturday until Wednesday. So just the fact that I'm like behind 10 days on that, I was looking at it and was like, all right, well, that's like 30 miles. Like I'm not going to like go into March and be like, all right, I'm behind 60 miles. Let's make this up. Like, no, like what's the point, dude? Like other than me making like a little stupid YouTube short and saying, basically that was the whole point I was going to do. It was just so I can make that YouTube video say, how I walked and biked 1,000 casually walked 1,000 miles in a year. And it's like, okay, well, that's cool for a video, but that's like 300 hours of me not doing something else, you know? And then like at the end of the day, it's not going to turn me into Mr. fucking Olympia, you know? Like, what's the fucking point, dude?
Yeah, cardio, you can only go so far. I feel like I've plateaued, and I've only been seriously running for a couple months, but I feel like I'm already peaked. You know?
Yeah.
You can only get so athletic, and it's not like you get jacked running either. I think it's quite the opposite, actually. I think you turn into, if you look at like a marathon body, it's like twiggy arms and like a little pot belly.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, I think sprinting, I think high in interval intensity, like HIIT shit, is what you want to do to get like jacked or shredded or, you know, but
yeah.
If you're just running, like long distance running, like a long distance runner's body is fucking so unattractive and not cool. But the thing is, I think cardio is the most important thing for health, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want to live a long life, you want good cardio, you know? But
I mean,
yeah,
the way I
it's
kind of
not
see
fun.
it is like, if I'm going to do the cardio, I'm just going to like watch an episode of Better Call Saul. And like, that's why I'm doing it, is to watch Netflix, not for like any other reason.
How are you going to do cardio when you're falling asleep?
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, they just introduced Hank and his partner. What was it, Gomi? In the episode that I last watched, so they were just like interviewing one of the inside guys. But yeah, it's kind of cool how they bring them back. I mean, I knew Gus Fring was going to come back, and
yeah,
I mean, even some of like the gangbangers from like the Salamanca family and shit, like they all have like little cameos, and it's like the whole backstory about how that dude ended up in the wheelchair and all that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, how did he end up in a wheelchair? He got poisoned or something?
Yeah, well, basically he took like heart medicine, and then Nacho like swapped
Libre.
it out with like something else, and then basically when he was having an episode, he took that, thought he'd get better, and then he basically had like cardiac arrest, and that kind of like fucked him up.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of weird. So then Gus Fring was basically paying for somebody from like a very accredited university to come by and like nurse him back to health. And then he gets to a certain point and he's like, all right, we don't need your service anymore. And they're like, well, he's making such progress. Like he could potentially walk again. He could potentially talk again. He's like, no, we're good. So he basically like keeps him in that state forever, which is like, that's like the major power move, dude. Like the dude literally cannot communicate. And like, you've made that decision that this is how this guy is going to like live the rest of his life, which obviously if you fast forward through a whole season of, or a whole series of Breaking Bad, I mean, he ultimately gets his revenge on Gus Fring, which is the big bang.
Blows himself up. Man, he can move a finger. Can't this motherfucker get like a Stephen Hawking thing? I don't get it. Doesn't the cartel have enough money? Like he's just got a bell? Give me a break.
I mean, I can almost guarantee that there's some type of crazy edit on YouTube of somebody like putting him into a Stephen Hawking wheelchair or something.
He should have a Stephen Hawking wheelchair. Doesn't the cartel have enough money? Like, I don't understand. He's got a bell. Here you go. Here's a bell for your bitch ass.
Hey, chicken man, you think you can get me a better chair?
Yeah. Seriously. This is ridiculous. What, one ding for yes, two for no?
Yeah. So I was fucking setting up the microphone. So like the corner of my basement before was like all the epoxy shit. So I put together like a shelf with like epoxy and bottle caps, and I finished that yesterday.
Yeah.
So now it's set up. So I'm gonna do I'm hoping to get this done by my birthday, but I'm calling it the first 30. I'm setting up a GoPro in the corner of the room and kind of capturing it. But I've got a how do I make the sound? I've got a shoebox basically from like my whole life that is like bloated. You can't even close it. Of every single movie ticket, every single water park bracelet, every single, you name it. I've got all sorts of random shit.
Really?
And basically by my 30th birthday, I want to make, I mean, I've got a binder and like a bunch of colored paper and glue and all this other shit. I'm going to make like a super crazy scrapbook of basically the first 30 years of my life, and I'm going to document it. And I was thinking, like, I could just set it up and do a time lapse and be like, this is me working on it. But if I actually set it up with like my microphone and film it and shit, I could make like a video of basically, you know, this is my whole life in a shoebox. So I kind of came to this realization yesterday. It's like, dude, I should just like take my time and talk through it. It's going to be a bitch to edit because it's going to be long. But I think that would be pretty fucking cool, dude. That might be one of the coolest projects I've ever put together.
That's wild, man. I haven't saved goddamn anything. I haven't saved a single thing. I throw everything away immediately the second I get it.
Yeah.
I've got nothing.
The only problem though is like I got my first rubber in there, and so like everything is kind of like glued together.
Used?
Yeah, it's like you know, back in the day when you put a a leaf in between like two pieces of paper, and then you look at it later and it's all like mummified.
Like fossilized, yeah.
It's basically like I have a condom just like totally frozen in time in between ticket stubs and wedding invitations. It's amazing, dude.
That's gnarly. I hope you're joking. Smells like fish.
Yeah.
Dirty old rubber sitting in a shoebox.
Get the fucking hazmat team in here. Somebody get this the fuck out of here.
You should do like a fake video of you putting it together or whatever, and it's just like you just like chewing on the condom and just like licking it. This is my first rubber. That'd be funny.
Or I'm going through it and all of a sudden there's like Polaroids of me down here last night and I'm like, who put this in here? Somebody watching me?
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't saved anything, but that'd be a cool video, I guess. Yeah.
Yo, you remember that band Chiddy Bang?
I know Chitty Bang Bang, the movie.
Do you know like the rap? It wasn't a rap group. It was basically like one rapper and then one producer. It was Zaffoon Jones and Chiddy. But you ever like Mind Your Manners and Opposite of Adults and all that crap?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yo, I got into some beef with him on Facebook.
Really? How?
Like the actual Chitty Bang. So basically, okay,
What the fuck?
I'm about to go into some shit right now.
Jesus, fucking bring it on, Daddy. Serve me up a Sundae. I'm excited. This is a CPS exclusive, folks.
This is a CPS News exclusive.
Yo, okay, so I was gonna almost like make a video of like, so I screenshotted the whole thing because it's like, how are you? Okay, I don't know. I was gonna like do a video or something, but like I prefer to just talk about it on the pod. But so basically, he had a couple mixtapes when I was in college. So like 2011 to 2015 was when I was in college, and then he had like Swelly Express, and then he came out with the album Breakfast in 2012, and then Zaffoon basically broke up with him, and then he just like never made music like ever again, and he was just like not relevant. So, and then the last couple of years, you know, he put out singles and whatever, and they're all kind of shitty because I mean I was pretty much into Chitty Bang for the beats, and without Zaffoon Jones, it wasn't the same. So he's one of these rappers that, oh, big thing's coming, you know, all this is happening, you know, I'm working on music, blah blah blah, whatever. It's bullshit. So basically, he went like 10 years without making anything, and then he puts out like going on, not even going on tour, like going to perform at a bar or something. I don't fucking know. And so basically, like a couple weeks ago, I commented on it. And I was like, maybe you should try your luck, see if they let you back in at Drexel and get your degree. So I said that, which is kind of a shot, you know. And some other like random guy was like, we had like kind of a thread going back and forth. He's like, no, man, he didn't fall off and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, he really did. Like he was barely relevant before and he's not relevant anymore. And so we went back and forth. This is like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And then Chitty Bang started commenting on the posts. And he's like, who are you? I'm sorry, who are you? And blah, blah, blah. And he's like, hold on, let me pull up some of these fucking, some of these quotes are going to be pretty good, dude. Like, hold on. I said, it's too late for you to see it.
This guy doesn't have anything better to do than to argue with people on Facebook? Like, out of all social media platforms, he's on Facebook arguing? What is he, like a 50-year-old grandmother?
It's too late for you, man. See if they let you back into Drexel to finish that degree. And he said, I bet you, okay, this is all fucked up, the way that the thing. But basically, I'm just like, yo, he's getting all pissy or whatever. And I'm like, yo, I called you off for not making an album for almost a decade. You barely had any minimal hype off of mixtapes. And basically, I was like, yo, I'll bet a hefty bag that you'd never break Billboard. He's like, hefty bag? You don't even have a hefty bag. And he's like saying all this shit. And he's like, you fucking punk. I'm like, all right, buddy. Like, you don't know who I am. Like, I know who you are. You're absolutely a fucking nobody. And you're calling me out? It's like, okay. And then he's like, you a fan, once disrespected, you cross the line, there's no more love, buddy. I won't spare you. And then I'll just fast forward to the end, and then furthermore, I'm about to take your greatest joy with this block button. You'll have to watch me prosper from a burner account. So I was like, all right, whatever, fuck this guy. And so basically, like the last thing he said. So I'll wrap this up. I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize. It didn't be water under the bridge. I'm not in the business of arguing with fans. I'm in the business of making music, which I very eloquently responded. And this is the period at the end of the sentence. Fooled me. That mixtape money must have been good. Afford you some nice lotion. That'd explain why you're so soft. And then he blocked me and he took down the post.
Man, you really burned his ass.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm calling this motherfucker out.
This guy,
but it's like,
I don't get it. Yeah,
Well, it's
who
funny
cares
'cause
about, you know?
You ever hear about how Kyle Hamble will troll like the Tom McDonald music videos and shit on YouTube?
Yeah.
He would literally have like 5 YouTube accounts and he would use them all, and the one would get blocked. He'd go into another. He'd keep trolling. That would get blocked. The other one would get unblocked. He just cycles through it. Like, that's what he does for fun, dude. And it's like, it was pretty fucking fun. Like, I was definitely like being a troll about it, but it's
Yeah.
like I was never expecting him to actually like respond. I thought I was like, fuck it, I'll just openly talk shit about this guy. And basically I got what I wanted out of it. I mean, and more, because he ultimately was like a little bitch about it.
It's weird, man. This guy made music like 12 years ago, and now he's arguing with people on Facebook.
Yeah. But I mean,
stupid.
He came out with an album called Lunch, and it was garbage.
Yeah.
And but he's like just one of these guys who's like sitting back in his chair doing like lives and shit, and he's like, it's like, yo guys, new music coming, keep the faith. It's like, dude,
Yep.
you're so freaking, you will never be relevant ever again. But that's just like my little rant for the day. I thought that was a pretty funny thing. I was doing this yesterday, and Emily's like, no, you shouldn't be talking to him, and it's like, nah, who gives a shit, dude? I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It wasn't an anonymous account though. He like knows your name and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, well, I was gonna share the pictures, but then my name would be attached to it, so I could blur out the pictures. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I thought it was pretty funny. And whatever,
Yeah,
he
it's
blocked
funny.
me, so I guess he gets the win at the end of the day. But I got my links in.
Sounds like there's no winners in this story.
I think
Sounds
I'm the
like
I won.
You win. You win. Yep. Wow. Man, starting beef with old rappers. That's funny.
Well, it was
crazy.
like I was like, oh, look at you all muscular at the keyboard here. Mr. I got 1,000 followers. I was taking some shots, but whatever, dude. Who gives a shit? I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I used to
This guy has nothing better to do.
Did you ever troll people back in the day on like YouTube or anything? Or like on, I mean, I used to do it on MySpace too, but that was back when I would like be doing like stupid shit.
No, I never really did anything like that. I never even got into social media that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely went through phases of like just destroying people on the internet, like for no reason, like literally the most ridiculous thing, like not
Yeah.
logical conversations at all. Just like, I don't know. I do it every so often too. Like, I'm a part of Facebook groups and shit of like people going to metal concerts. And I remember I got called out for calling this one lady stupid on a post once. And that was a fun, like 3-day just exchange.
Dude,
Just
it
like-
sounds like a headache. I wouldn't want to get involved in all that. And then you're stressed out and you're looking for that dopamine hit, constantly refreshing, seeing if anybody else commented and trying to be witty and come up with a comment. But the thing is, like, if you go on like Twitter or Instagram or you see these people arguing, the only time I'll ever comment on something is when I've had way too much to drink and I see something so ridiculous that I have to comment on it. But
Yeah.
then I wake up the next morning, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't even have said anything. But then it's like, even if you win the argument commenting on social media, like, you don't look like the winner. You look like the guy that took his time commenting a well thought out argument on Twitter, which that guy doesn't look like a winner, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, even if you
I
win
think
the
he looks like a
argument,
winner. I think there's
you're
always winners.
participating in like a, I don't know. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the real winner is the ones on the internet that don't take anything seriously and intentionally lose the argument. And I guess that's the funnest type of trolling, is when like meme accounts and stuff, you know, like those are funny.
I think for me,
I don't know.
there's such like a fine line between like trolling and just being honest. Like I've on the pod in the past, I've talked about Supreme Patty, and he just put out a video. Not that I would like ever celebrity fight this kid, because I think he's a pussy, but
Yeah.
he basically would walk around a parking lot and say he'd have a box with him, and he'd say, all right, well, if you shave your head, you get whatever's in the box. And people would be like, no, that's fucking stupid. And then he gets like somebody who's like, oh, this guy's got a video, I might recognize this guy, maybe I'm about to win 10 grand. Shaves this chick's head, opens the box, here's a quarter. She's like, oh, well, that's pretty fucked up. I shaved my head for a quarter. And he's like, yep. And they just like walk away. I'm like, you are like the worst type of human being, dude. What an asshole.
Yeah. Some of those prank videos aren't even funny. They're just like cruel or annoying, or like this guy. You almost like want the guy to get his ass kicked, like in Walmart when he's coming up to people. There's that one guy. Is this the same guy that goes up behind people and goes like in like their ear when they're at Walmart? Have
No,
seen
that was you. That was you.
Yeah, fuck that. Hi, puppy. Yeah, like he would like walk up behind people and go, see, puppy, like in their ear.
Nah, this is one of those social influencers that has a nice ass house, nice ass pool, nice ass friends, but he just got rich off doing this stupid shit. And it's like, that's where we're at, dude. Like, you can either be so ridiculous that you're famous, and like, that's just like your life. It's just being ridiculous. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, what a life, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are really rich from doing nothing. It's pretty crazy.
Yo, you remember that guy? What was his name? Shoe Nice. You remember Shoe Nice on YouTube?
No.
The guy that
Sounds
would like
really familiar.
the guy would chug a handle of booze, and then he would just like record himself for 10 minutes just getting hammered, and then he'd like, that would be the video.
Jesus Christ, that sounds deadly.
You never seen that?
No, it sounds familiar, but no, I don't think I've seen that on YouTube. No, I don't think so.
He might be dead now. I don't know. But like, he would have these videos like me drinking a bottle of Everclear, me drinking a bottle of rubbing alcohol. And like, he would go blind and shit. And he would like have to be rushed to the hospital. Like, but this is a guy, I was thinking about him on the ride home. It's like, I wonder what he's doing now. I wonder if he's still slugging bottles like for video money, you know?
Well, he's either sober or dead, probably. I think those are the two things that he could be.
Or he's still going.
Yeah, still going on that bender. Ripping it up, bud. Yeah, that's crazy. Who's that enormous fat guy? Michael Avocado or whatever the fuck his name is? What's his name? Avocado?
Who the hell is that?
He's the guy that just eats on YouTube and is super fat.
Oh, it's like Mukado or something?
It's like something avocado. Like Nick Avocado.
Did Meat Canyon make a video about him?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, isn't it like Mukado, like Mukado or something? I don't know. I don't really know who it was. I watched the video.
Something avocado, I think. But he does that thing where he just will have like 35 Whoppers and he'll eat them. And it's like an hour-long YouTube video of him just eating 35 Whoppers.
Oh, give me some details, baby.
Hey there, friends. Hey, Rick had a bit of an audio mishap over the next few minutes. Probably watching too much hardcore porn while he's trying to record. He has no audio, so to avoid listening to only my dumbass, I'll fast forward it for you. Here we go.
It's kind of, I mean, it's ridiculous, but the amount of views he gets, it's crazy. But it's just this guy slowly killing himself with food. He'll order like $500 at Taco Bell and eat it all. Fucking crazy, dude. You know, I haven't watched any in a couple months. I have to go in and catch up. He does what's up, Pinocchio? Do I look like a real boy, Papa? Do I look like a real boy, Papa? Damn, did you buy all the above? The fucking electric scooter, baby? Hell yeah. Huh. Maybe he was like that'd be fucked up if you actually didn't know him and you just too big of a dick to remember who he is or whatever. He's like your college roommate. turns out you got YouTube pranks, buddy. He was filming the whole time. Yeah, you gotta stay off that social media, man. Don't get in arguments with people on social media. That's a waste of time. But to each his own, I guess. I took a tumble on the stairs the other day. That's all that happened on my week.
God, I sound like a bitch. All right, back to the show.
Well, dude, I fucking slipped on the stairs and smashed my elbow, and the whole next day, I couldn't like move my arm, so I went and got a sling, and it's only been like 3 days, but it's pretty much better now. But I was like walking around with my arm in a goddamn sling. Terrible, horrible, smashing your elbow. Fucking overrated, terrible.
How many stairs did you fall down here, J-Man?
Like, probably a solid 4 or 5, and fucking land on the old elbow, the right elbow. So. But you know what? It's actually pretty good today. I think I'll be able to actually go back to lifting weights. I had to take a few days off because I didn't want to injure it, you know?
That's how I broke my arm when I was like 4 years old. Is there was 2 steps going into my garage, and I thought there were 3, and I misstepped, and I shattered my forearm when I was like,
Jesus.
I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I've never broken
and
anything.
This is kind of a funny story. So my mom brings me to the ER, and they're sitting in there like setting my arm, like getting the cast already and shit, and the doctor goes, so what happened? And I go, my mom did it.
Oh,
they take my mom out of the room. They call the cops. She's like getting questioned and shit. And they're like, what do you mean your mom did it? Like she pushed you? Or I'm like, no, she didn't tell me there was 3 stairs. She told me there was 2 stairs, and I blamed it on her.
Oh, wow.
And then they let her back in the room, and it's all good. But
what
like literally
asshole.
my mom, like she said, like, she's like, when you said that, my heart sank and I felt so sad. I'm like, good. Maybe you should have told me there was 2 stairs, lady.
Man, you're a little dick.
Yeah, I was a little asshole.
Jesus.
But yeah, she was about to get cuffed in the freaking hallway.
Yeah. Remember that episode of South Park when Cartman calls Child Protective Services on his own mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I had a freak out the other night. So I'm coming home from the gym and I see like these lines of stars like up in the sky, like this perfect line of stars. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are the planets aligning? You know, and it's like right by the moon. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, it's kind of odd that these are just kind of lined up in the sky, right? And so I'm kind of on edge about stuff like that. I mean, I have a couple of pretty major fears, and one is the apocalypse. And I know it seems like an irrational fear, but I think people don't realize how fragile we are just kind of sitting in like a shooting gallery. I'm afraid of meteors because I don't think if the government knew about it, I don't think they would tell us, you know, if something cataclysmic were to happen to the earth, I don't think they would tell us. I think it would just kind of happen. So, and the thought of getting vaporized instantly is terrifying to me, you know, but it might be an irrational fear just because there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to kind of accept it. But anyways, I'm fucking having a full-blown panic attack. And I see like this plane coming through the fog and it looks like a meteor or something. So I'm like having a full-blown panic attack in the house, like shaking and everything. I call my dad to calm down or whatever, you know. Hey, Dad, like trying to act normal. And he's like, dude, did you see the Starlink satellites tonight? And I'm like, you fucking kidding me? So it turns out what I was seeing in the sky that was so odd was the fucking Starlink satellites. Elon Musk made me shit my pants. This son of a bitch. But I guess a lot of people were seeing the Starlink satellites and like calling in UFO reports and stuff. But it was just the Starlink satellites. Man, that guy is nuts, dude.
Yeah, but what is that coincidence that he did that just now and not tell anybody?
The Starlink satellites?
I mean, for all the shit that they're shooting down, like, you think him shooting these lights up in the sky, you know, you think he did that intentional?
No, I think that's been a project that's been going on for a while. It's just like they happen to be over the eastern United States, so you could see them that night in particular. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. He gave the whole world high-speed internet if you just pay for it, like access to the internet. Apparently, he gave everybody in Turkey internet access to kind of help with the earthquake and stuff. He just has the power to give anybody internet anywhere in the world if he wants to.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
If you think about that guy, man, I mean, he is like the new thing to hate because he bought Twitter. So I think the left media is just shitting their pants. The whole media is kind of biased left anyways, but so they're shitting their pants because it's a big media platform. But so everyone's hating the guy. He won Man of the Year last year, and now it's cool to hate him if you're a lefty, which is kind of stupid. But it's kind of just pushed him to the right. He's like, all right, fuck you guys. Like, I just like free speech. I don't understand why that's so controversial. It's not controversial to like free speech, by the way. You need free speech. The only way to combat speech that's stupid is with better speech. You can't silence people. It never fucking works, you know?
Yeah.
Martin Luther King thought that Nazis should be able to walk down the street and protest because they should have a voice. You can't silence people because then it's going to come back on you and they're going to silence you. It doesn't fucking work. And the fact that Elon Musk released those Twitter files through, by the way, Democrat journalists released the Twitter files, but did you keep up on any of that? Like, did you follow any of the Twitter files or anything? Did you see any of them?
Not at all. Not at all.
So it turns out certain accounts were being shadow banned and everything. And he basically released emails from Twitter showing how they used to shadow ban certain accounts and silence people based on the content they were posting. But it was a clear political bias towards certain accounts versus other accounts, like pre-election, how they were like banning people for mentioning the Hunter Biden laptop thing, which turned out to be entirely true, but they were like censoring it and everything. And then he exposed in the later Twitter files that the FBI was reaching out directly to Twitter to silence certain accounts. So the government is involved in censoring certain people on the internet, which is terrifying. Like, how is that not major news everywhere? I'll tell you why. They don't want to report on it. But instead, they're just trying to undermine Elon Musk and call him like a bigot and a racist. I don't know. It's the whole fucking narrative that they always use for anybody that they're trying to cancel. But don't buy into it. I like the guy. I'm a big fan. And I think free speech is important. I think him buying Twitter is pretty cool and exciting. And the Twitter files exposed a lot of bullshit, scary bullshit from just censorship and what's happening with the government and tying it to social media. It's a fucking wild story. But if you think about this guy, dude, PayPal, right? Tesla, Neuralink. He's got the Boring Company, which is like tunnels underground. Starlink, fucking SpaceX. And now he's got Twitter. Crazy. This guy is like the real life Iron Man.
Basically. Yeah, if he could potentially be the first superhero.
Yeah, he kind of is in a weird way.
If anybody could do it, it would be him.
He's an exciting guy. Like, he's changed the world in a lot of ways, you know? He's an exciting guy. I don't know. It's fun to watch. And he's a funny guy, too. He's on Twitter, like, tweeting funny shit. and memes. He still has the time to tweet somehow. It's crazy. Yeah. But he's got a funny sense of humor, you know? I don't know.
He seems like a guy that if he were to run for president, I think he'd have a pretty good shot.
Maybe. I mean, lately, dude, these super PACs are trying to tear him down for weeks now. Weeks and weeks. He's been like evil. Everybody hates him because he bought Twitter. They think he's like a super right-wing guy now because he mentioned a couple times that how ridiculous some of the Democratic thoughts are on social media. So everyone thinks he's like ultra right-wing, Nazi, racist, bigot, Elon Musk, evil, and he has a lot of money, so he's evil. That's just how they think.
I mean, I'm a Democrat, and I don't think he's the Nazi.
Good.
I don't think he's the reincarnation of Hitler. you know?
It's just crazy. That's just what they do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid.
Imagine though, like if you were to go like the Iron Man route, like all of a sudden he's like, oh, here's the new super suit, and here's what I'm selling to the military.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like we got like these flying assholes all over the world. Dude, you know we're so freaking. I bet we're a lot closer than that than people realize. Like even the like jetpack systems and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I say within the next 20 years, you're gonna have people flying around like they're freaking superheroes.
That'd be pretty
Calling
cool.
it now.
Well, here's the thing.
Dig it up.
If you were in an Iron Man suit, right? The thing that they don't talk about in the movies, if you're going like at the speed of a jet and then you land on the ground, your body's going to turn to mush. Like it wouldn't work. You're still going that same speed just because you have a suit on. Like you're protected somehow. Like if you jump off a building, you're just a guy in a metal suit that jumps off a building. Like you can't come in at 120 miles an hour and land instantly. Your legs will break in the suit.
Imagine the dude just drops from the sky and he just like stands like straight legged. His whole like meat inside, like his brain and his skull just shoot through to his ass. And he's just like a metal suit with like a bunch of like soup of a human being. Just like, and he's just like in there like barely alive, like kill me.
Yeah. The suit's the only thing holding his body together. Yeah, that's not going to work, dude.
And he just falls over and he's just like, sounds like a tin can. And then they crack it open and he just pours out like some goddamn Hungry Man soup.
Hungry Man stew. Those were good, man. Making me hungry over here.
Those are good.
I'm a hungry
clam
man.
chowder? What's your opinion? New England clam chowder, yay or nay?
Yay, if it's made right.
Oh, yay. Yay, daddy.
Yeah. You like it too?
I love it, dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You know what here's the one thing I don't like about clam chowder, when the potatoes are too big and too hard. Like,
my biggest thing is like if I nuke it and it's not warm enough and I have like a cold potato or a cold patch, it just kind of ruins the whole freaking thing for me.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, those hard potatoes in there are gross too. I don't like, but I'll suck down the clams, daddy-o.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's the broth made out of anyways? It's like a cream base, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it's some type of powder and then like a milk or something, but yeah, I don't know. It's really good. I like it a lot.
Dunk the old roll in there, the old bread.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, daddy.
You know what's underrated is corn chowder too. Corn chowder is good too.
I don't know if I've ever had corn chowder.
Oh, well, you take a clam chowder, right? And instead of clams, there's corn in there.
Corn?
That's right.
Huh.
Yep. How unnutritious is that, by the way? It's just fucking bowl of cream and corn. Potatoes.
I had this conversation with Jimbo the other day of imagine you ate nothing but corn, like nothing but corn for like a couple days. Like, would you shit nothing but undigested corn, or would you actually like process like shit?
I don't know. I think it takes a lot longer for shit to move through your body. So I think you could.
I imagine by day 3 or 4, you sit down and you just let corn. It rip, and you stand up and you've just got like a freaking bowl full of canned corn. Like, oh wow,
yeah.
This is how
interesting.
How babies are made.
That's interesting. Yeah, I would. You can go ahead and try that experiment. I'm out. I don't want to do that, but
I might document it, dude.
Yeah, see how long it takes.
For real though, I can definitely drink a gallon of milk in less than an hour. 100%.
Have you ever tried it?
No, but I remember people in college saying that I couldn't do it, and that really pissed me off. And I feel like I could definitely do that, no problem.
Man, you hold a lot of grudges, brother. You gotta chug that milk, daddy-o. Show them all. Suck it down.
Yeah, I'm about to set a goddamn timer up to it. Go for the record.
Is that like a challenge, like drinking a gallon of milk in an hour or something?
No, but that was like the main like method of measurement that I was using back in the day. It was 1 gallon, 1 hour, and people said I couldn't do it, and it's like I could probably do it in one sitting, like within probably 10 minutes.
You could not drink a gallon of milk in 10 minutes, dude. No way.
I bet I would be pretty goddamn close. I bet I could do it.
You would projectile vomit within like 3 minutes, and like a cold milk vomit, like one of those horrible vomit. I don't know, man.
Imagine I'm just like crying milk and like shitting milk and just like, "Ugh."
Yeah, I can't really. I mean, being an adult, I have a hard time with too much cheese, let alone milk. You know, it's one of those things. You get to a certain age, you can't just, your body doesn't digest cheese the same way anymore.
I would need a mobile potty. I'd have to have like a Homer bucket from Home Depot next to my bed just in case I need to shit right away.
Yeah, it's just milk and corn. My God.
I'm just like shitting straight up skim milk.
Horrible. Turning milk into almond milk.
Oh my goodness. You ever watch what was it? Malcolm in the Middle, the older brother when he's in the military. And he's like, "Oh, I could eat 100 peeps." And they're like, "You cannot eat 100 peeps." And like the whole episode is like cut with Malcolm and then like him like them eating. I think we actually talked about that on the pod of him like they're counting like 54, 55, 54, 53. He's like throwing them up, but it's like their reaction. Dude, I love that kind of shit.
Do you think you could eat 100 peeps?
That's a challenge I would not be willing to try.
Dude, fuck peeps. Peeps are overrated. They are not good.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah. Marshmallow in general is not good. It's like the fakest food. The most processed food is a marshmallow. How the fuck do you create a marshmallow?
Well, even like the sugar that they put on that, it's like the thick crystallized type sugar. Like, I feel like that's just like the worst type of sugar you could be having.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then there's some people that like to get the stale peeps or they put them in the microwave and watch them explode. Then they try and eat them. Yeah, it's an overrated food, man. Yeah,
I would agree.
I'm not a big dessert guy in general. I don't really eat dessert ever. It's been a long time since I've eaten like dessert. I don't have a sweet tooth anymore, you know? But I'll fuck up some real desserts, like a cheesecake, like a good cheesecake or something, you know? But
oh yeah,
even like chocolate bars, like I'm not into it. I mean, I like the little ones around Halloween, like a Reese's peanut butter cup. I'll fuck one of those up. But even like a Hershey's bar, like I don't know. Snickers.
I've never been like a big chocolate guy. Like even like growing up, like people, like I remember in school they'd be handing out chocolates, and I'd always be like the only person like, no, I'm not a fan. Like I just don't want it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't like chocolate ice cream is probably like my least favorite ice cream. Like I don't like that.
Yeah, vanilla ice cream's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But even like have you ever eaten a Snickers bar and like felt good afterwards? You always feel like fucking shit.
100% of the time.
Even when you're eating it, you're like, this is gross. Like it's not even good. You're like looking at it like, ugh, it doesn't taste that good. It doesn't make you feel good. It's garbage. What's that shitty candy bar? The Three Musketeers. You ever had one of those?
Yeah, it's like the brown
nougat,
like fluff
right?
inside. Yeah.
Oh wait, that might be the Milky Way. And it was the Milky Way like that. I don't know.
Yeah, Milky Way is like a caramel and nougat and shit. Yeah, the Three Musketeers is like the brown foam.
Yeah, you're eating brown foam covered in fake chocolate. It's so fucking terrible.
Good job, America.
I like a coconut though. I like the coconut. I like the Almond Joy. See, that's tasty. I could appreciate that. Or a Mounds.
What about a Twix? You fuck with a Twix?
Out of all the candy bars, I think Twix is probably the best. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Yeah, I could do a Twix, but
I think my favorite is probably a Take 5 because that's got the pretzel, that's got the caramel, the peanut butter, it's got all that shit in there, dude. It's a compact dining treat.
Indeed, yeah. The Take 5, you got to take 5 after you eat that. Tell you what, take 5 shits. But what was the other one? Oh, the 100 grand bars. Those are good.
Yep.
And what's that other one? Whatchamacallit. You ever had a whatchamacallit?
No. I don't know what the hell that is.
That's what it's called. The whatchamacallit. Maybe it is the 100 grand. I'm thinking of. Huh. Yeah. You ever had cowtails? You ever had those?
Is that like the white?
Yeah, it's like a caramel.
Yeah, caramel. Yeah, I think I know what we're talking about. Yeah, because my dad used to be like a salted nut roll. My dad goes crazy for those.
Salted nut roll. I'll give your dad a salted nut roll. Bring him on over.
Every Christmas he expects them. Otherwise he's gonna turn into the goddamn Hulk and smash us around.
I like candy bars like the Cowtails or the Twizzlers because they also double as a weapon and you like smack your friend in the arm with them.
Like Nerds ropes.
Yeah, dude. I used to beat the shit out of my little brothers with some candy bars. I'll fuck them up.
Like hitting them with a switch.
Yeah. Give me a bag of. I would get Twizzlers just so I could whip my brothers. Like, yeah, it must be in my genes. I might have to cut that.
Yo, that's all right. Yo, so I made a stupid ass video. So basically, like a week ago, so like we have a mailbox that's like posted into the ground, and then we live on a road where the speed limit's 50 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So not that the plows are going by that fast, but basically there's like a lot of snow that they use, and basically our mailbox got blown off out of the ground, and it was just like laying in my yard for like a couple days. And
That's
this
bullshit.
turned into being a whole thing where last Sunday I went out with a shovel and I'm standing on the side of the road and I'm trying to like dig a hole in this frozen ground to put a new fucking mailbox, and it's not working.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, screw this. I buy a freestanding mailbox.
Right.
And then by the time it gets ordered to my house and I put it together, I don't have enough sand, so I can't complete it. The next day comes by, I have enough sand, I put the whole thing together. The fucking mailbox, like the actual box itself, wouldn't go onto the thing. Like the way they designed it, it made no sense.
God
Like,
damn.
their instructions are basically like 2 pictures. Emily ends up like going out buying a different mailbox, putting it on the post. It looks like a Frankenstein project, but it's like it's a pain in the ass. But the whole point of the story is basically like I built this whole mailbox, and then eventually I said, fuck it, I can't deal with this anymore. And it's like 11:45, and I'm like, I'm come inside. I'm like, all right, I need to go to bed. This is like a Thursday night, and Emily's like, did you bring the old mailbox in? I'm like, all right, whatever. I go back, I put on my boots, I go outside. I'm wearing like shorts. I put the camera up, like my phone up on like the back tire of my car, and I literally just filmed like a 20-second clip of me walking with my mailbox up my driveway.
Yeah.
I put that clip on YouTube called Midnight Mailbox, and it's got 1,500 views. This is a 20-second clip.
That's hilarious.
A 20-second clip of me walking up my driveway at 11:57 at night with a fucking mailbox. And it's like, thank you, YouTube. You never cease to amaze me. Like, I love it, dude. I can tell that a lot of hard work gets really recognized in this platform.
It's all random, baby. You just gotta find that sweet spot in the algo. The algo likes mailboxes, I guess.
Makes it all worth it, baby.
Yeah, just feed that algo. Give it what it wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're favoring those YouTube shorts. They're trying to become the new TikTok. So.
Dude, that shit's it's a serious game changer. Like, I ended the year with like 5,000 views on my YouTube channel. I'm already up to like 12 now, and it's not in the end of February.
Yeah.
And my yearly goal was to get 10,000 by the end of the year, and I'm already at 12. So my new lofty goal is 100,000 by the end of the year.
Damn.
So we'll see if I can fucking get there. But realistically, dude, if I'm putting out a fucking short, and if every other one gets like 1,000 views, yo, I should be able to get pretty fucking close to that by the end of the year. I know it's very like staggering goal, but like the turnout of these shorts is like the return is immense, dude. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
And especially if I get big here on YouTube too, like that's just gonna naturally get more shit going. And it's like, but literally I only put that video together to see if it would get that view count, and it did. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's just, it blows my mind, dude.
That's wild, man.
Crazy.
Crazy. Hey, did you ever break open your PlayStation, by the way?
Yeah, I played first couple, I don't want to say couple hours, but maybe like the first hour of God of War.
Oh yeah, dude, it's pretty dope, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, those triggers are clutch. You'll start to notice the L2 and R2 triggers.
Well, dude, I just love like the combat style, like the fact that you can like you can freeze the axe, throw the axe, switch to the Blades of Chaos,
Yeah.
and then call the axe back, and then do like a Rage of the. It's just like the combat is so freaking fun, dude.
Yeah, the combat is great. It's addicting. Like just the sounds. Like, what's the guy's name? Kratos. Hearing Kratos grunt for 9 hours. You're mashing buttons. It always is funny to me. Like, there's a guy that in a room somewhere that had to do a recording for all the movement sounds for the characters in video games. Like, all right, this is gonna be the sound he makes every third time you roll, or whatever. And it's just a guy in a room with a microphone going, and they just repeat it in the game. It's funny. It's got to be like, all right, we're doing the sound effects day today for recording,
Well, it's crazy because it's like, I know like the God of War like 1 through 3, like on the PS2 and the PS3, like those were like big games, but like the combat and the story are so different compared to the new God of Wars that like literally back in the day, you just be spamming square and circle for your Blades of Chaos, and you'd be like doing all these spinning moves and this and that, and you use the roll button, and it's like, it was very like fluid and very quick, whereas now it's like it's over the shoulder and everything's kind of like first person, even though it's like you can see Kratos. And I don't know, dude, it's just like the way they reinvented like the whole mechanic of that game. Yeah, because like you can play like the PS2 like God of War 2 where you're like running along the chains like to the horses in the sea or whatever the fuck that was, and it's just like it's very different, whereas now like you're in a boat like with a sun, it's like, I like the way it's evolved.
They revamped
the combat itself is so sick, dude.
Yeah, well, it's all realistic looking now. It's like the movements that you make with the moves actually have to make sense. Like in a fluid way, like you said. But in like PS2, the graphics weren't good enough where you could even see really what was going on. He just is like spinning or whatever, you know?
It was like a button masher back in the day.
Yeah, it didn't really take skill, but now especially if you play on like the hardest mode in God of War, it's pretty tough, man.
Yeah, you gotta know what the fuck you're doing for
Yeah,
sure. I
yeah.
couldn't even get the Valkyries in the first one. I got one Valkyrie, and then James is like, "Oh, there's like 6 others."
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it took me 2 hours to beat this one. I'm not doing this again, like over and over.
Dude, there's some hard fucking battles in the new God of War. I platinumed it because I'm a fucking nerd with no life. But there's some hard battles. It's like these green enemies that are similar to like the Valkyrie fights. They're harder for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough, man. My dad called me last night. I got him to, they're in Puerto Rico. I got him to, he had a few beverages, and they're staying, their house is right next to the jungle. I finally got my dad to figure out how to video call me on Instagram. And he was the only one awake in the house, and he was, by the end of the call, he was running through the jungle back to the house. I'm like, what the fuck? How'd you get in the jungle? He's, I decided to come down here. He's walking through the goddamn jungle. He's gonna get eaten by a big cat fucking walking around drunk in the jungle.
Okay. Well, how about this? How about we ask one more question, and then that'll be the end of the pod.
You know what we should start incorporating into the pod? We should ask ChatGPT a question and see what it gives us. Have you tried that yet? It's crazy.
No, I've never dived into that yet.
Oof. Yeah. All right. Well, what's the question? Fire away.
All right. Here's the question. How do you want to be remembered?
Oh, geez, that's deep. I don't know if I want to go down that road.
Maybe a little too deep. I think we're a little tiptoeing on the line of too creamy and too deep. So
Yeah.
get too deep with the cream, you're lost forever, man.
That's true. The cream abyss is what they call it.
All right. Well, how do you want to be remembered in one sentence?
The problem is, I don't think I will be. I don't think anybody really is forever. But I think everybody wants to be remembered. I don't know. It's tough, man. I've never thought about it. I don't know. Maybe as a fun guy, I guess. Well, no, that's not even true. I want people to respect me too. Yeah.
Do you want to be remembered as a good person?
I think that's I would think so. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Huh. Deep shit to end the pod.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm uncomfortable.
I mean, yeah. I want to be remembered for being a good person and for working hard. That's all I want to be remembered for.
Those are two good attributes, but I want people to respect me too, you know? I don't want to be like a goofball. Or people like, sometimes people tell me, you're nice or whatever, and I take that as an insult almost. But even though it's not, it's just like, I don't want to be known as the nice guy. I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, I would like to be remembered as like a real person, you know? Not like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really care like what I dress. I don't really care how I look. Like I feel like I'm a very generic person. Not generic, but like very genuine person. You know, like even talking to somebody that I've never met before at the gym, I feel like they know me within 30 seconds. So I feel like that's kind of what I bring to the table. But I don't know. That's my own take on my own question.
Yes, sir. Well, that's a good way to wrap it up.
Is there?
All right. Well, thanks for hanging in there, everybody. If you made it this far, I commend you. And we look forward to chatting again on CPS next Sunday.
Keep it creamy, baby.